All right, Vegas, we are back. And it's time for us to continue our Year 5 season simulation with your Las Vegas Golden Knights. Up here at the trade deadline with a very respectable record of 39 wins, 24 regulation losses, and 1 overtime loss, which is good enough for tied for first in the Pacific Division. So we won the Stanley Cup in year number 4. I was hoping that we could get back to the playoffs to try to repeat to win the Stanley Cup again in year number 5. And it seems like we're on the right track. But the reason I didn't finish the regular season in the last video was because we're here at the trade deadline and there are a lot of studs available. There's 2 in particular that I was really taking a look at. First up, from the Buffalo Sabres, the right-handed fantastic Finn defenseman Rasmus Ristolainen. He's 90 overall, only 27 years of age, $5.4 million on 1 year left. He's clearly a rental. I guess... Does he have an extension? No, obviously not. I guess he didn't want to sign an extension with the Buffalo Sabres, so they're looking to get rid of him. They don't want him just to walk, even though they have a pretty good record. I mean, 32, 23, and 6. They could make the playoffs, and they're willing to give up on him. And then the Calgary Flames, we got a defenseman from Buffalo and a left-wing sniper, Johnny Gaudreau, 90 overall, 28 years of age, $6.75 million for 1 year, another rental, and I guess another guy that doesn't want to sign a contract extension with the team that drafted him. And they're also looking like a team that could make the playoffs. 34, 25, and 4, right? If you look at our record, we're tops, so they got to be right behind us. So it'd be really good to actually steal Johnny Gaudreau from the Calgary Flames. And I was looking at your comments, and a lot of people were saying, go after Johnny Gaudreau. And I think we finally got to that point. I mean, this is year number 5. We won the Cup in year number 4. Our future looks bright, but we have a lot of young prospects that I don't know if they're going to become anything. This first guy, what's his name? Colton Potter. We drafted him in the second round of the 2020 NHL entry draft. He's got the medium elite. He's a left-wing power forward. I already have a plethora of power forwards, and he's 20 years of age already at only 61 overall. I don't know if this guy's going to grow, and his trade value is as high as it's ever going to be, right? So I think I could get rid of this guy. Rankin is staying on the team. Victor Reed, I was thinking about trading, but after reading your comments, you guys were saying give him 1 more year. He's having a fantastic year down there in the AHL. Let me just bring up his points. 27 goals, 45 assists for 72 points, a plus 37 in 62 games played. So perhaps he gets a really good jump. Also a guy that I could bring up in the playoffs if we have too many forward injuries. So I'm going to hold on to Victor Reed, but also this Ulrich guy that I picked up in free agency. Same thing as Potter. He is 65 overall, but 21 years of age, and you can see the trade value already starting to drop just from 20 to 21. So I think Ulrich and Potter can definitely go, and we can try to get this team into dynasty territory, boys. So let's do it. Let's do it. First up, the Calgary Flames, baby. Johnny Gaudreau. Why not go after this player? He's definitely going to help out our goal scoring. I don't know if I want to play him alongside of Colin White or split them up. For the playoffs, that might be a different question, but for the regular season, I think I might want to split them up just to spread out the goal scoring, right? So Johnny Gaudreau, what we're going to send back the other way. First off, the Calgary Flames want a goaltender, so I'm going to drop this starting goaltender that we drafted in the 2019 NHL entry draft in the second round. The reason is we have a better goaltender up and coming who's younger, who's better overall, and who has better potential. So Omen, you're going out the door. We also need to trade away a roster forward to replace Johnny Gaudreau. I don't want to have too many. And I actually mentioned this in the last video. Andrei Burakovsky, 82 overall. His age is good. His contract length is good. But if he drops to 81, 80 overall, that contract may not be movable without me retaining cap. So why not just unload this contract right now? Sniper, you're unloading and you're upgrading for a elite sniper. So Omen, Burakovsky, and then the big one, just to make sure it goes through, forwards. I'm going to bring it up here, trade value. We are going to send them Ulrich, all right? So Ulrich, Burakovsky, and Omen. Now, I want to see if I can also get some retained salary right here, just because if I can make it work, we can do some crazy things here at this trade deadline. It's a big one for the Las Vegas Golden Knights. So 3 points at 3.75. I don't think they'll do that. It's 1 year left. I've started to figure out the retained salary with the computers. If they have multiple years, you're gonna have to really give them something huge. But if it's 1 year left and it's a rental, you can usually get them to retain something. So hang on a second. I'm gonna go down by like 2.5, then 2, then 1.5. Let me just see what I can do. So oh, there it is, 2.5 million. Wow, I didn't think I'd get that much. On behalf of the Calgary Flames organization, I accept your trade offer. We'll see you out on the ice. So I got Johnny Gaudreau at what was it, like 4-point-something million, because they retained 2.5, and I gave up players that I don't need. Burakovsky, Omen I'm not going to use, and then Ulrich, it didn't look like he was going to become anything, and I didn't have to trade away any of my draft picks. That's huge. So roster moves. I don't want to edit my lines just yet. I'll have to take care of all that stuff afterwards. Edit lines. If I go best lines, it's all going to get screwed up. Hang on a second. I'll just go in here for a split second. So I'll just throw Johnny Gaudreau into that lineup. All right, there he is. That'll look nice, boys. Johnny Gaudreau on the third line. I like it. And then this is, hang on a second. And the AHL as well. Let me just throw in a forward for right now. Yeah, I'll come back and edit the lines after I'm done trading. But there's one more trade, especially after I was able to retain salary. So it's going to be a big year for the Vegas Golden Knights, boys. I'm going back to back. We're throwing it all on the table. The Buffalo Sabres, I am targeting Rasmus Ristolainen. That's right. Why not? Why not? Go for it. Doesn't our window to win a cup is closing. You know, Petrangelo's getting older. These guys only have 1 year left. I might not be able to re-sign them, but as long as I'm not giving up too much of our future, we're going to be okay. So the last trade, the only thing I gave up was Ulrich, but I wasn't going to use him anyways. This one might be a little bit worse. So we're going to give up Colton Potter. Take a look at his stats again. You guys let me know if it's a bad trade or good trade. I don't think he's going to become anything. And considering he's a power forward winger, we already have one in Victor Reed. We already have one in Nick Ritchie. We already have one in Alex Tuck. And if we're bringing back a guy like Rasmus Ristolainen and, try to win a cup, I think it's a good plan. So we'll go with Potter right there. Hang on a second. I need a drink of water. All right, I'm back. Had to do more than just take a drink, so hang on a second. Where was I? We were trading for Rasmus Ristolainen. Colton Potter was going to be the big trade asset going to the Buffalo Sabres, the one with the big trade value. And we already have a lot of power forwards on this team with Reed, if we decide to keep him, Nick Ritchie and Alex Tuck, right? But if we're going to be bringing back a roster defenseman, just same thing as Johnny Gaudreau with Andrei Burakovsky, we've got to send a roster defenseman out, and it's going to be Hayden Fleury. He's only got 1 year left, but he's an RFA, so they're gonna have what's it called? Contract. The preference. I don't even know what word I'm looking for. They're going to be able to negotiate with Hayden Fleury before any other team. Let's just put it like that. So Hayden Fleury's going to be in there as well. Oh, hang on a second. I accidentally delete Potter. I think I did. Hang on a sec. Forwards, we'll put Potter back in there. Let me just sort by trade value. There you go. And also, because of the salary cap that I'm taking on from Johnny Gaudreau and Rasmus, even though I got some retained salary for Gaudreau, I'm going to send back Dmitry Kulikov to Buffalo. I know I picked him up in waivers, but I'm looking at our team. Morrow can be the first defenseman, and if we need anybody else, I mean, I could just go with McIsaac and Madison. I mean, a 76 to a 78 is not that big, and these young players might benefit from playing in the NHL, so I'm going to send Kulikov back the other way as well, all right? Now, Buffalo would have more than 45 skaters. I've got to take 2 players back. Hang on a second. Skaters matching block. Here we go. I want somebody with no trade value and a two-way deal. There you go. So that's less than 925, and so is Porter. So Josh Juris and Porter both have 1 year left, both on minor league deals. All right, so I'll bring that back. And I also want to see if I can get a salary cap or a retained salary with Rasmus Ristolainen. So hang on a second. I think I might have to add in a draft pick. I got away with not sending any draft picks to Calgary. I might have to give up like a second. So 2.7 retained salary for Rasmus Ristolainen. Let's see if it works. So Hayden Fleury, Potter, and Kulikov for Ristolainen, Juris, and Porter. Will it go through? On the surface, your trade looks good, but we're not so keen on keeping the amount of salary. All right, so they don't want to keep that salary. So let me just add in a draft pick. What did I get for Gaudreau? 2.5, so I could probably get it for Rasmus as well. Let me just add in a third, see if that works. 2.7 is close. All right, so it's close to working. Let me go down to 2.5 million here. 2.5 is the same as Johnny Gaudreau. Let's see if the computer works. You see that you were trying to change the salaries. All right, so they're still not willing to do it. Let me see if I can add in a second-round draft pick. All right, I still have my first, I still have my third, and considering we're going to have a lot of contracts to sign this year, I might be trading away some players with multiple years. We can pick up the draft picks there. So a second for Rasmus Ristolainen at 2.5 retained salary. Will it go through? We will not accept. All right, so I think the 2.5 is an issue here for Rasmus. So let's go down to 2. All right, so retained salary of $2 million for Rasmus Ristolainen. Will it go through? On behalf, oh, it did. On behalf of the Buffalo Sabres organization, I accept your trade offer. We'll see you out on the ice. So I got Calgary to retain 2.5 of Jonathan Gaudreau, and I got Buffalo to retain $2 million of Rasmus Ristolainen. So I got those two players on our team now. 290 overalls. Look at that. Gaudreau at 4.250 and Rasmus at 3.4. So it's a rental year, boyos, but we're going for the cup. Just like that, GM Superman makes 2 trades and brings in 290 overall players, a winger and a defenseman, both in their late 20s, to help win a consecutive Stanley Cup. Back-to-back, baby. So I got 21 players on the roster. Let me go and do all the line changes. All right, that's the last trade. Line changes for NHL, AHL, then we'll finish the year. Give me a second. All right, so feast your eyes on the Year 5 Las Vegas Golden Knights, boys. This team is stacked. So the first line, I'm going to go with Marcus Johansson, Colin White, and Johnny Gaudreau. I decided to actually put them together just because of the player types. I really like this combination. Johansson and White have been playing great the entire year. Johansson on the first line, 12 goals, 38 assists, plus 15. So I want to keep these guys together. But now you got a sniper, two-way forward, playmaker combination. And Johnny Gaudreau can pass the puck. I looked at his passing, 95. So he can also pass the puck to Colin White. So let's get them working together. Second line, you got Robbie Fabry, Craig Rankin, and Nick Ritchie. Power forward, playmaker, sniper combination. Third line, you got the playmaker, two-way forward, power forward combination. So it's a defensive third line. And then the fourth line, two-way forwards across the board. Okay, so Johnny Gaudreau instead of Andre Burakovsky. That's a big upgrade. But here's where our team really looks stacked. The blue line, baby. Ryan Ellis, Alex Pietrangelo, Shea Theodore, Rasmus Ristolainen, Eric Brandstrom, and Jet Wu. Get out of here. Now, I know some people may be saying, oh, put him on the first line. Remember, he's a rental. He may not want to re-sign with us for next season. I got to make sure to give Alex Pietrangelo the time so that he doesn't drop that exact elite. But for the power play, Ristolainen is up there with Johnny Gaudreau and with Colin White. So don't worry, I'm running with our best players on the power play. And he's also going to be killing penalties. There he is in the second line penalty kill with Jet Wu. So he'll be helping out. But I still want to play Alex Pietrangelo because we have all those years and all that money tied up with him, all right? So that's that, and our scratch players, we got Joe Morrow and Cody Eakin, defenseman and a center, if we have any more injuries. And down there in the AHL, we got Victor Reed, Casey Cizikas, and Nikita Soshnikov as forwards that we can bring up if we have any injuries. And defensemen, we have McIsaac, Madison, and Sylvester that we can bring up if we have any injuries. So this team is ready to go. Now, I hope I don't get EA voodooed and kicked out in the first round, right? Or hope we don't go on the 3-14-1 run. Oh my god, that would be horrible. And I think you guys can actually hear me. I'm sounding congested. Hang on a second. I gotta blow my nose again. Alright, that's a little bit better. So let's continue our Year 5 season simulation after a blockbuster trade deadline for the Vegas Golden Knights, acquiring Johnny Gaudreau and Rasmus Ristolainen. So I can already feel all the hate in the comment section. You guys let me know if it was too much. I don't feel like we gave up anything that would have been a huge piece of our future. I think the players that we traded away, they weren't going to be there. I mean, the second round pick, I wish I could still hold on to, but when it's Johnny Gaudreau and it's Rasmus Ristolainen and you won the cup last year and your team looks poised to do it again, why not take a shot, right? I'm taking the shot, boys. Just hope I don't get freaking kicked out of the playoffs in the first round. Hopefully we make the playoffs. So I'm going to sim all the way down here to the end of March. Like I said, hopefully we are just on autopilot. 6 W's, that gets us to 91 points, and that, you know, every point then from there on out, I mean, it should be closer and closer to a playoff spot. So just don't go on an extended losing streak here in regulation like this. Oh my god, what the fuck? This game is retarded, man. I make a trade for Johnny Gaudreau and Rasmus Ristolainen. On my next 5 games, I go 1-4. Are you kidding me? 3-2 loss, 3-2 loss, 1-0 loss, 2-1 loss. 4 games in a row, 1-goal games, and I lose in regulation. Jesus, man, don't start with me. Do not start with me. Come on. There's another loss to Dallas. All right, there's a W. We need to get to 45 just to get to 91 points. Here's another loss in regulation. This is getting a little bit scary. I'm not liking this. There's the W. One more, we get to 91 points. There we go. All right, so we got to the 91 points. Oh, actually, we got another overtime loss in there and another W. So there's 94 points now. We should be looking good with 94 points. 94 points and 5 games remaining. We should be in the playoffs. Let's see. Let's see where we sit. And I really don't care where we stand in the playoffs. I just want to make sure that we get in there. So the Vegas Golden Knights with 94 points. The Calgary Flames are in a playoff spot after trading away Johnny Gaudreau. The Central Division, 91 points. So it's 91 points trying to catch us. 88's the lowest. Yeah, we should be good. Just come on, boys. Just win some freaking games here. I made a trade. You know, it's so weird. Maybe the playoff sim will do better for us, but the season sim, maybe it's just coincidence. I don't know, man. Maybe I was figuring out the lines for the entire season, so now maybe those 2 trades messed up my lines. I should have started the season like this. Who knows? There you go. All right, there's another 5 points in 3 games. We're definitely in the playoffs, boyos. So last 2 games of the regular season up against the Winnipeg Jets, we lose in regulation, and the last game of the year up against the LA Kings, we take it. All right, not a horrible. This month was a lot better. It was just the few weeks after the trade deadline. April was starting to look good. So hopefully we're trending in the right direction, and that is the end of year number 5. So we missed out on the President's Trophy, obviously. We missed out on our divisional title, and it looks like we're going up against the team that we swept in the first round last year, the Vancouver Canucks. Interesting. All right, so let me just finish the season. All right, get this over with, and then we can do a whole Season 5 wrap-up. Yep, it's going to be a rematch from last year's first round, ladies and gentlemen. The Vancouver Canucks. They want revenge! All right, so let's take a look at the individual stats, who did what for us during the regular season. And also, I got to figure out if Johnny Gaudreau, Colin White, and Marcus Johansson are actually good on the same line or not. That's the only thing about the trade deadline. You don't get the time to edit your lines after that. So Vegas Golden Knights, goals for per game, 2.93. So we're scoring goals, and that should only go up with Johnny Gaudreau on the team. Goals against per game, 2.57. Power play percentage could be a lot better, but we're in a new season now, the playoffs. Penalty kill percentage, 80.5. All right. Now let's take a look at the individual player stats. Wonder what kind of season Colin White finished with. Hang on a second here. So forwards, Johnny Gaudreau led our team. Well, all the points came from Calgary. Marcus Johansson, 66 points. Colin White, 65 points, 36 goals. So he actually started to score more towards the end. He almost got up to the 40. So maybe Johnny Gaudreau was good for him. And their plus minuses went up with Johnny Gaudreau on the team. Yeah, Johansson and White. So the line seems to be working just fine. Nick Ritchie, he was next. 32 goals for Nick Ritchie. So he's scoring nice. Craig Rankin, a very solid year for Craig Rankin, 52 points. So we compare years so far for Rankin, 34 in his rookie season, 32 last year. He's finally starting to take off a little bit. He's getting those assists along with the goals, and he's up to an 85 overall at 20 years of age. So he's growing. It's good that we've been playing Craig Rankin. Robbie Fabry, 42 points, but 20 goals. We're getting a lot of goals, so I'm fine with that season. Alex Tuck, same thing. They're all plus players, though. Connor Brown, all right, plus player. Cody Glass, 27 points. Suzuki, rookie season, 14 goals, 12 assists, 26 points. A -6, though. But I'm glad that we gave him his rookie season in the NHL. He was ready to go, and he'll jump for next season. Adam Henrique, all right. Tobias Ryder, I don't know if it was the right acquisition. Even though the minus... It was -16 when he was on the third line, I think. -15, -16. And then I moved him down to the fourth line, and it's down to -17. So once I moved him off the third line, he seems to have been playing pretty consistently. So I'm fine with that. Defenseman. All right, so Alex Pietrangelo, 47 points. Very nice, plus 14. Shea Theodore, 35. Eric Brandstrom, 30 assists. Very nice. Jet Wu, all right, he's getting points as well. Rasmus Ristolainen, he gets points. And Ryan Ellis gets points. So all of our defensemen gets points now. We don't have a single defenseman on this team like Hayden Fleury anymore who won't simulate for points. So we'll see if that helps us out. And Connor Hellebuck, solid year, I guess. 9-17. It could have been a little bit better, but he got the 42 W, so I'm happy with that. And our backup went 8-4-1. Thank you very much, Jim Reimer. All right, so that is the NHL squad. Let me just quickly take a look at the AHL squad for you guys. All right, so Victor Reed with 91 points. How many shots did he take? Is he in the 300 category? He's not in the 300 category, so he's not a shooter. The reason he has so many points is just because he's 77 overall in the AHL, but he's not a shooter. Like a guy like Soshnikov, 292 compared to the 244. All right, but solid season for Victor Reed. We'll see if that helps him grow at all. He's still only 77 overall. All right, so with that being said, let us quickly just take a look at the NHL, the entire league. Who's scoring in year number 5? Do we have any new rookies who's taken over? So Tyler Seguin is going to win the Art Ross, Steven Stamkos, John Tavares, Crosby, the Canadian boys, Nikita Kucherov, Evgeny Malkin, now the Raging Russians, Connor McDavid, Patrick Kane, Rocky Nystrom. So Rocky Nystrom from Philly, he is a stud. That was a good draft pick. He's already up there now. Goals. Do we have any new goal scorers that have made it through? Malkin, Crosby, McDavid, Colin White, baby. what a trade that was. I knew it. It's all the shooting, it's all the shots that he takes, but I don't see any rookies that are up there just yet. Well, let me see the shot totals. There we go, 356. Yeah, Colin White took the most shots in the NHL this year. This is why I traded for him, boys. He's a shooting machine. I don't get it. He took more shots than Alexander Ovechkin, Tyler Seguin. The only reason he doesn't get the 50-goal years is because his shooting accuracy could be better. Wrist shot accuracy is only down there at 86, right? But still, he is killing it, man. Good job, Colin White. All right, let me just go back to points here. We'll search by defenseman. All right, defenseman looks like this. Chris Letang was 76 points. Oli Juho-Levi. Yep, I got to deal with that in the first round. Very nice. Rasmus Dahlin. All right, John Klinberg. Very good, very good. Let me go to goals here for a second. Erik Karlsson, Rasmus Dahlin, PK Subban, McAvoy, Falk, Letang, Honka, Ekman Larson. All right, very good. Don't see any of our defensemen in there, but that's okay. And last but not least, goaltenders. Let me just sort by minimum 50 games. Who had the most wins? So Connor Hellebuyck had the most wins out of any goaltender this year. Good. He really played. 72 games played. My goodness, man. He did not rest at all. Best save percentage, Frederick Harold Bluetooth Anderson, Matt Murray, Thatcher Demko. So, yeah, the tough defense of Vancouver Canucks. That's going to be a bitch. And the best goals against has to go to Frederick Anderson. So, the Vezina is definitely going to Frederick Anderson this year. Best save percentage, best goals against average for anyone who started over 50 games. All right, so that is that. So I want to hear what you guys have to say about the two trades. I'll sum it up very quickly. Hang on, let me just bring up the playoff tree. Sum it up very quickly. We improved our team, a team that is a true Stanley Cup contender, considering we're the defending Stanley Cup champions. We improved our team greatly on the blue line and up front without giving up any part of our future. I don't feel like Ulrich was going to crack our lineup. I don't feel like Potter was going to crack our lineup. I don't feel like Omen was going to crack our lineup. Hayden Fleury, it's bye-bye if I can upgrade to Rasmus Ristolainen, so I'm fine with that. Burakovsky, bye-bye if I can upgrade to Johnny Gaudreau. The only part of those two trades that I didn't like was the second-round pick to the Buffalo Sabres. But, I mean, if you're giving up a second, you're bringing back Gaudreau and Rasmus. That's pretty good. And even though it's only for 1 year, even if they're rentals, worst case scenario, they both walk, we still have a young team up and coming, so we are fine. So let me know what you guys think. There is the year 5 playoff tree. We got the Canucks in round number 1. They're looking for revenge for the sweep last year. Let me know any potential line changes with the first line with Johnny Gaudreau and Rasmus Ristolainen, and I will see you guys in the playoffs. Hey guys, Johnny here, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss out on any new content. You can also swing by our website, which has forums and a live chat. That, along with Twitter, allows us to play with our subscribers in our GTA lobbies or the 24/7 open Minecraft server, where you can build with others or play in one of the many games across Superbia. Our Patreon account helps us support our website and the Minecraft server, and we also live stream on Twitch, where I take days off my life for your entertainment. Sonny Gray, get out of it. You stupid pieces of shit! I should have gone with Jose for Fernandez! Oh my God, pitching change. Fernandez, get your ass in there. Oh, I swear to God, baseball God just decided to all over me. Grand slam, oh yeah. Make me miss the playoffs with a first-ranked team. Year 2, 30 games above 500, no divisional win, trip to the wild card. First inning.